Today, a Medford mother was finally able to move into her first home thanks to Habitat for Humanity. But the road getting to this point has not been easy for Jill Hinojosa, who's had to deal with a number of challenges to get to this point. News Watch 12's Brett Taylor has an in-depth look at how this mother went from living in the streets to being a homeowner.
For Jill Hinojosa, September 23rd couldn't come any faster.
It's like, it's like a dream. Like, is this really happening?
Cheers, smiling, balloons, all of it redemption from years of struggling with an addiction.
You know, the road has been pretty difficult.
Her initial journey in this city,
we come from a passive addiction.
Filled with an internal battle of addiction with drugs.
Alcoholism I struggled with, meth addiction, prescription drugs, and heroin.
Dating back 22 years into the past.
The time of my teenage years until I was 35 years old.
When asked about what those moments were like, Jill almost at a loss of words.
It was incredibly challenging for me to live in addiction.
Every day that she battled against her addiction.
Time and time again of just being broken and living on the streets and having nothing, you know, and experiencing the heartache and the pain.
Were some of the lowest points of her life.
Not only the heartache and pain of what I was walking through, but the heartache and pain of what my children were witnessing.
That moment of realization becoming the turning point to getting her life and her family back on track.
Finally, you know, it became enough for me to want to make a difference for not only myself, but for them.
But as Jill and her family's life started to get better, new challenges arose.
As a single mom with only one income, you know, there's times where we've had to go without some things that we want.
For 4 years, Jill had to pay an outrageous amount of money in rent in this tiny little 3-bedroom apartment just to keep a roof over her kids' heads.
In the beginning, I slept on the couch at first, and my kids both had their own rooms.
Jill constantly looking for a new place to live in, but at every turn,
I was getting denied like all the applications because I made just a little bit too much money, not enough.
Finally, in February of 2019, after applying for a home through Habitat for Humanity, her hard work and dedication to rebuilding her life for her family paid off.
I was actually mentoring a group of ladies through another program that I was a part of called Purely His at Grace Point Fellowship, and they came in and surprised me in front of this whole group.
That moment, priceless. Now, after 2 years of waiting and more than 500 hours of blood, sweat, and tears put into her new home, Jill and her family are finally moving in.
This is a testament of what I've walked or what I've overcome, you know, and I think that's important for others to know. Like, it is possible to live that life and overcome from that life.
Reporting in Medford, Brett Taylor, News Watch 12.